Hello. Um, I know this is basically an unexpected video for you guys to see, but first off, I want to say hi. I are here. Basically, this is a very serious video that I want to talk about. So, for those that don't know, there was a YouTuber by the name of Rye-Rye99. If you guys don't know who that is, basically he was a SFM FNAF YouTuber. He's a FNAF YouTuber, but he used to do SFM animations. He used to had a bunch of Gary's Mod series actually. He used to had Geeky G Mod, Zany G Mod, Zany Gaming, all sorts. And basically, he was an online bunny bro to me. Now, I'm going to be talking about my experience with Rye, but if you haven't heard about what Rye has done, basically, to sum it up, if you guys are familiar with FNAF Fan 126 and Mangle the Fox SFM, aka Rebecca and Bailey, basically, Rye would do some bad things with them when they were young, aka when they were minors. Yeah, he would do basically some dirty role plays with them. He would just basically make them feel uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. If you want the full context, I will put a link to Wallug's video and Brandon Patney Gamer's stream in the description if you want more context. But I'm going to be also. Oh yeah, also he was also the reason why. If you guys are familiar with another YouTuber, ETH Goes Boom, basically they would basically have some drama, and Rye would basically force his friends to talk smack about ETH and do basically just do ETH dirty and just do bad things like talk smack, make videos calling him out, all that stuff. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience with Rye. So, basically, me and Rye actually first interacted last year in 2024. We actually first became friends back in 2016, mainly because I made a video supporting Mango the Fox SFM. And so he friended me on Steam. I think he friended me on Skype, I don't know. But, well, yeah, he would friend me on, I think he friended me on Skype, because Skype was the big thing before Discord came around. Basically, me and Rye stopped being friends, I think, sometime around the end of 2016, maybe sometime around 2017-ish, I think, but not really so sure. It was basically my fault that we didn't become friends back then because, well, I did a live stream and I talked smack about him, and I didn't mean to. But of course, thanks to another friend of mine, uh, he actually helped me reunite with Rye again. So yeah, that was good. That was good times. Well, it was good times. Um, but basically, after all that, I thought things would have been great. That was until, well, let's just say things didn't really go so well. Here's what I mean. So, a few months ago, on April 5th, which is my birthday, I did a live stream where I was playing VR chat with a couple of my friends. We were doing Audience Anarchy, which, if you don't know what Audience Anarchy is, it's like one of the greatest VR chat worlds of all time. Well, at least to me it is. But it's basically like Mad Libs mixed with improv. So, basically, I invited Rye and I invited a couple of my friends and a couple of me and Rye's friends, like the ones you would see in his videos. We were having a great time when we were starting to play Audience Anarchy. That was until a couple minutes into the event, Rye decided to exit the stage area and go into a new room and go into another room, not a new room, another room with two other people. I'm not gonna say who, and I probably may have forgotten who, but 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 basically, Rye and the other two people would go into another room and just start talking, and not even be there for the rest of the stream. He would come out when the event was ending, but but basically he just wasn't there to celebrate my birthday, which made me very pissed. It made me very pissed off, and basically I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. Basically, I just didn't talk to him for a while after that. So, and not only that, but there would be times. So, we were a part of a group, right? A VR chat group, and every time someone would have a birthday, he would host an instance. Sorry, he would host an instance in VR chat, and he would do like a DJ world or any like music sharing world, and he would play music for anyone that would have a birthday. But guess what? He never did it for me. He never hosted a DJ event for me for my birthday. He would do it for everyone else, but he never did it for me. Which is practically very fucked up if you think about it. You know, some bunny bro he was, you know, just... Yeah, that was a thing. We would call each other bunny bros because, you know, our OCs are bunnies and we were practically online brothers. He was the one that started the whole bunny bro thing. He says about everyone being his family. Fucking yeah, right. If I was family, you would posted a DJ event for me for my birthday, but you didn't. Another thing too is that when we would be in VR chat, we would usually play games. We would chill. But every time we go to a chill world, get this, every time we go to a chill world, every time we would be in the same room, he would barely talk to me. It's almost like I wasn't there. And basically, he would just, I would just see him with like 3 other people, and I would just be in the bag, just all by myself. And anytime he would talk to me, he would just come up to me and just ask me, "Are you okay?" I'd be like, "Yeah." But truth be told, it wasn't okay. I wasn't okay. Truth be told, I was practically sad. And I would have bad thoughts too. Like every time I would just see Rye with other people and I would just be all by myself, I would have bad thoughts, just like why won't Rye talk to me? Why won't he? Am I even important to Rye? Does Rye even care about me? Do I even deserve to be Rye's friend at this point? And I didn't want to tell him, mainly because there would be times where he would have other problems himself. But the thing is, I just didn't want to say anything because I just didn't want to add on to the pile of other problems that Rye was already dealing with. I just didn't want to make things worse for him. And so, but yeah, I would just, the thing is, I'm just very lonely. I still am to this day. But every time I would see Rye with other people, he would just talk to them like for like 10 minutes, and I would just be all alone. And then he would just come up and ask me, "Are you okay?" I go, "Yeah," but I wasn't okay. I, like I said, I just didn't want to talk about it to him because I just didn't want to make things worse for him. The other times we would talk, it would just we would talk for like not even a minute. But the thing is, he would just come up to me, ask me, "Are you okay? Why are you alone?" And then after that, he would just walk back to his other friends and just not even have the chance to talk. And so, yeah, basically, I think this is like a sign of favoritism because it's almost like he would rather talk with the other people instead of just talking with me. Like I'm just a ghost to him. I used to call this man a bro, but other than that, like things were just going well. And another thing is, I think this is also another sign of favoritism. Anytime Rye would have a problem, he wouldn't even talk to me about it. Like, does he not trust me? Does he not think I'm trustworthy? Like, I don't know. I mean, I would get it if it's like, I would get it if it's like he's not trying to get me involved or anything. But the thing is, he would just tell everyone else, but he just wouldn't talk to me about anything. Like, he just doesn't trust me. So, yeah, that's basically my experience with Rye. Outside of that, things were going pretty well, honestly. We would just play games together and have a lot of fun. All I gotta say now is, honestly, I'm just glad Rye isn't on the internet anymore. But then again, just what happened? What happened, man? Why do we have to do stuff like that? Why did you do it? So, yeah, basically, that's my experience with Rye. Obviously, there's good and then there's bad, and then there's like, oh boy. But again, I do also want to say to everyone that has experienced bad things with Rye in the past, I just want to say I'm very sorry for what happened. Again, I will leave Wallach's video and Brandon's stream in the description if you guys want more context about what Rye did. Man, this was not a pleasant video to make, but it had to be done. I just hope Rye sees this and just knows what he's done. And Rye, if you are seeing this, I hope you're happy, because I just hope you're happy, because there's no going back from it. You deleted both your channels. You're just hiding from the truth, and there's nothing you could do to fix it. So, yeah, all I gotta say is thank you so much for listening and watching this. Please go give massive support to everyone that fell victim of Rye's odd behavior. Please support Bailey, support Rebecca, support Wallig, support Eve Goes Boom, support everyone but Rye. Because honestly, this is just a new low, especially for the FNAF community. But yeah, Rye, you've let Toy Bonnie down. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for watching. Thank you for listening. Um, that's all I have the time for. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. comment down below your thoughts on this situation, because honestly, this is just getting more and more ridiculous. The thing, one more thing. The thing is, we actually knew Rye was like this. Sorry. We knew Rye was like this for a few months. The only reason why we never did anything about it was because we were still friends with Rye at the time. And I feel like if anyone were to talk about it, Rye would just be like, mm. So yeah, this is why we're talking about it now. So since Rye's off the internet and out of our lives, we are now free to talk about it. But yeah, that's my experience, me exposing my ex or former bunny bro. And honestly, I'm just, and also there goes my dream of one day being in Zany Gaming. And he even said to me, "Oh, you're definitely going to be for season 2 of Zany Gaming." Yeah, look how that's going. So yeah, but yeah, again, thank you for listening. Please support everyone that has fell victim into Rye's trap. Watch Wallug's video and Brandon's stream once again in the description. And that's it. I will see you guys in another video. Bye.